Beware. Never seen someone so jealous in my life. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and this message is for you, and I'm not saying that lightly, because the timing of you seeing these words is not random, it's intentional, it's divinely aligned, and something in your spirit already knows it, that subtle tightening in your chest, that quiet awareness that says this is about me, and you're right, so don't scroll, stay right here, because there is a level of jealousy around you right now that you've never witnessed before, not loud, not obvious, not dramatic, but deep, silent, and watching, and listen to this, it's not coming from a stranger, it's coming from someone who has had access to your life, your energy, your story, and your heart needs this right now because jealousy rarely announces itself, it studies, it compares, it waits, and this message is for you because you've been feeling something off, a shift in how someone treats you, a strange tension in conversations, an energy that feels heavy even when no words are spoken, and don't scroll, because that feeling isn't paranoia, it's discernment. Listen to this, the universe sharpens your awareness right before it reveals the truth, and your heart needs this right now because what triggered this jealousy wasn't anything you did to harm anyone, it was your growth, your peace, your confidence, your refusal to stay small to keep others comfortable, and don't scroll, because growth threatens people who are still negotiating with their own insecurity. Listen carefully, they noticed when you stopped explaining yourself, when you stopped overgiving, when you stopped dimming your light to fit into places that no longer felt right, and your heart needs this right now because that moment changed the dynamic, and this message is for you because someone realized they could no longer control the narrative around you, they could no longer predict your reactions, your availability, your emotional openness, and that loss of control turned into jealousy. Don't scroll, because jealousy feeds on comparison. Listen to this, they compare themselves to you in ways you would never imagine, your energy, your presence, the way people respond to you, the opportunities that seem to find you effortlessly, and your heart needs this right now because ease is a sign of alignment, and alignment exposes imbalance in others. Don't scroll, because imbalance feels threatening to those who rely on hierarchy. Listen carefully, soulmate energy is also tied into this, because when you step into alignment, the kind of love meant for you begins to move closer, and others can sense when they are no longer the center of attention, no longer the chosen energy, and your heart needs this right now because jealousy often masks fear of replacement. Don't scroll, because replacement isn't about competition, it's about resonance. Listen to this. You may have noticed angel numbers appearing more frequently, 111 when you choose yourself, 333 when you speak your truth, 555 when things start shifting quickly, and this message is for you because those numbers are confirmations that you're protected, guided, and seen. Don't scroll, because protection doesn't always remove people immediately, sometimes it reveals them first. Listen carefully, the jealousy around you has been quiet but intense, showing up as subtle comments, passive distance, forced support, or sudden coldness, and your heart needs this right now because your intuition has been picking up on it even if your mind tried to dismiss it. Don't scroll, because intuition is your first line of defense. Listen to this, the universe is warning you not to overshare, not to second-guess yourself, not to ignore the signals just because you want peace, and your heart needs this right now because peace without boundaries becomes vulnerability. Don't scroll, because boundaries are spiritual protection. Listen carefully, someone envies not just what you have, but who you are becoming, the calm in your voice, the steadiness in your decisions, the way you no longer react emotionally the way you used to, and your heart needs this right now because emotional maturity unsettles those who rely on chaos. Don't scroll, because chaos loses power in clarity. Listen to this. The jealousy intensified when they realized you are no longer seeking approval, no longer waiting to be chosen, no longer negotiating your worth, and this message is for you because that realization made them feel small in their own reflection. Don't scroll, because projection follows insecurity. Listen carefully. The universe is asking you to stay grounded, not fearful, because jealousy cannot harm what is divinely protected, and your heart needs this right now because protection doesn't require confrontation, it requires awareness. Don't scroll, because awareness changes how you move. Listen to this. You may feel guided to pull back slightly, to observe more than you speak, to keep certain plans private, and your heart needs this right now because not everyone deserves front row access to your life. Don't scroll, because access is earned. Listen carefully. Soulmate alignment is also being refined right now, and the jealousy you're sensing is a sign that your energy is elevating beyond familiar circles. And your heart needs this right now because elevation often creates separation before expansion. Don't scroll, because separation is preparation. Listen to this. The universe is not asking you to confront, accuse, or expose anyone. It's asking you to trust your inner knowing and move accordingly. And your heart needs this right now because silence guided by wisdom is powerful. Don't scroll, because power doesn't need to prove itself. Listen carefully. What you're stepping into next requires clarity, protection, and self-trust. And the jealousy you've encountered is simply confirmation that you are no longer operating on the same level, and your heart needs this right now because jealousy is often the echo of someone realizing they can't follow where you're going. Don't scroll, because what comes next will make this warning make even more sense. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now and this message is for you. And if you're still here, it's because something inside you knows there's more unfolding beneath the surface, something the universe wants you to understand before you move any further. And listen carefully, because the jealousy you sensed was only the first sign, not the full story. And your heart needs this right now because what's happening around you is part of a larger spiritual shift. Don't scroll, because the universe is slowing you down on purpose so you can see clearly. And here is the truth most people never realize. Jealousy appears when someone recognizes they can no longer compete, control, or keep up. And this message is for you because your growth has quietly surpassed expectations. And listen to this. The person watching you didn't become jealous overnight. It built slowly as they noticed your confidence stabilizing, your emotional reactions changing, your boundaries strengthening, and your energy becoming less accessible. And your heart needs this right now because access is what they valued most. Don't scroll, because when access disappears, insecurity rises. Listen carefully. They watched you choose peace instead of drama, clarity instead of chaos, self-respect instead of people-pleasing, and each choice removed another layer of influence they once believed they had. And your heart needs this right now because influence lost often turns into resentment. Don't scroll, because resentment hides behind forced smiles and polite words. Listen to this. You may have noticed conversations feel different, support feels conditional, enthusiasm feels hollow, and your heart needs this right now because those are energetic tells, not imagination. Don't scroll, because intuition speaks softly but persistently. Listen carefully. The universe has been preparing you for this awareness through signs, repeated numbers, unexpected moments of clarity, sudden urges to pull back or protect your energy, and your heart needs this right now because those nudges are guidance. Don't scroll, because guidance arrives before consequences. Listen to this. the jealousy you're sensing is connected to comparison, and comparison is activated when someone realizes you are stepping into alignment they can't fake, and your heart needs this right now because alignment is magnetic. It attracts what's meant and repels what's not. Don't scroll, because repulsion often looks like conflict or distance. Listen carefully. You didn't change in a harmful way, you evolved, and evolution disrupts dynamics built on imbalance, and your heart needs this right now because imbalance benefits those who rely on hierarchy. Don't scroll, because hierarchy collapses when self-worth rises. Listen to this. Someone is afraid of your next level because they know it no longer includes them in the same way. And your heart needs this right now because fear can masquerade as criticism, coldness, or sudden disinterest. Don't scroll, because disinterest is sometimes defensive. Listen carefully. The universe is asking you to observe without reacting, to respond with wisdom instead of emotion, and your heart needs this right now because reaction feeds the wrong energy. Don't scroll, because silence guided by clarity is protection. Listen to this. Soulmate alignment is also being activated right now. And jealousy often spikes when someone senses they are no longer the emotional priority or energetic center, and your heart needs this right now because soulmate energy doesn't announce itself, it rearranges environments. Don't scroll, because rearrangement can feel uncomfortable before it feels right. Listen carefully. You may be feeling more introspective lately, more selective with your words, more guarded with your plans, and your heart needs this right now because discernment increases before expansion. Don't scroll, because expansion requires space. Listen to this. The universe is asking you not to confront jealousy directly, but to outgrow it gracefully, and your heart needs this right now because growth is the quiet answer. Don't scroll, because the less you explain yourself the clearer things become. Listen carefully. Jealousy cannot follow you where you're going because it thrives only where insecurity lives, and your heart needs this right now because security repels manipulation. Don't scroll, because manipulation loses power in awareness. Listen to this. The person watching you is more intimidated by your calm than your success, because calm means you are no longer emotionally reachable in the same way, and your heart needs this right now because emotional independence shifts power. Don't scroll, because power reclaimed changes dynamics permanently. Listen carefully. The universe is reminding you that not everyone who smiles wants your elevation. And your heart needs this right now because discernment protects destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny requires focus. Listen to this. You are being guided to keep your next moves private, your energy contained, and your trust selective, and your heart needs this right now because secrecy can be sacred when aligned. Don't scroll, because sacred doesn't mean fearful. Listen carefully. What's coming next in your life will expose motives without you saying a word. And your heart needs this right now because truth surfaces naturally when alignment increases. Don't scroll, because the jealousy you sensed was confirmation you are stepping into something significant, and the universe wanted you aware, not afraid. Listen to this. Awareness empowers you to move wisely, choose carefully, and protect what's being built. And your heart needs this right now because what's being built is bigger than the people who can't come with you. Don't scroll, because the next shift will reveal exactly why this message found you now. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now and this message is for you. And the reason this keeps unfolding layer by layer is because the universe doesn't rush revelation. It reveals only when your spirit is ready to carry the truth without fear, and if you're still here, it means you are ready. Don't scroll, because what you are sensing now goes deeper than jealousy alone. Listen carefully. The energy around you is shifting because your life is moving into a new alignment, and whenever alignment changes, exposure follows, and your heart needs this right now because exposure doesn't just reveal enemies, it reveals who was never meant to walk with you beyond a certain point. Don't scroll, because this is where discernment sharpens. Listen to this. The jealousy you noticed is only one expression of a bigger realization happening in someone else's mind. They've recognized that your path is accelerating while theirs feels stuck, and your heart needs this right now because acceleration makes contrast unavoidable. Don't scroll, because contrast forces truth. Listen carefully. They didn't plan to feel this way about you. It surprised them, unsettled them, and triggered questions they don't want to face about their own choices, their own delays, their own fears, and your heart needs this right now because your growth became a mirror they didn't ask for. Don't scroll, because mirrors don't lie. Listen to this. The universe has been preparing you through small tests, moments where you chose silence instead of reaction, grace instead of defense, distance instead of confrontation, and your heart needs this right now because those choices trained you for what's next. Don't scroll, because what's next requires emotional maturity. Listen carefully. The jealousy you sensed has evolved into observation. They are watching how you move, how you speak, how you respond. And your heart needs this right now because observation happens when someone no longer has access. Don't scroll, because access lost feels like power lost to insecure people. Listen to this. They are trying to understand how you became so steady, so calm, so unbothered, not realizing it came from lessons you survived quietly, and your heart needs this right now because your strength was earned. Don't scroll, because earned strength intimidates borrowed confidence. Listen carefully. Soulmate energy is also weaving into this chapter, because when your soul prepares to receive deeper love, shallow connections begin to dissolve, and your heart needs this right now because dissolution often creates emotional reactions in others. Don't scroll, because reactions reveal attachment. Listen to this. You may feel the urge to protect your joy more fiercely now, to share less, to move intentionally, and your heart needs this right now because protection is wisdom, not fear. Don't scroll, because fear scatters energy while wisdom preserves it. Listen carefully, angel numbers have been appearing to confirm this phase. 222 reminding you to trust divine timing, 444 assuring you that you are protected, 777 signaling spiritual alignment, and your heart needs this right now because those signs are reassurance. Don't scroll, because reassurance arrives when doubt could creep in. Listen to this. The universe wants you to know that jealousy cannot block what is ordained, it can only reveal who cannot come with you, and your heart needs this right now because release is part of rise. Don't scroll, because rise without release becomes heavy. Listen carefully. You are not being asked to confront, explain, or fix anyone's feelings. You are being asked to remain grounded in truth, and your heart needs this right now because grounding stabilizes destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny requires steadiness. Listen to this. Someone is realizing that you no longer seek validation. And that realization unsettles them because validation was their leverage, and your heart needs this right now because leverage dissolves when self-worth solidifies. Don't scroll, because self-worth is unshakable. Listen carefully. The universe is encouraging you to trust what you feel even if you can't yet articulate it fully, and your heart needs this right now because intuition often arrives before evidence. Don't scroll, because evidence will come. Listen to this. The distance you're feeling is intentional. A spiritual buffer being created to protect your next chapter. And your heart needs this right now because buffering prevents interference. Don't scroll, because interference thrives in closeness without clarity. Listen carefully. You are being repositioned energetically, and repositioning always disrupts old dynamics, and your heart needs this right now because disruption precedes upgrade. Don't scroll, because upgrade changes everything. Listen to this. The jealousy around you will not escalate if you remain neutral, observant, and aligned, and your heart needs this right now because calm starves chaos. Don't scroll, because chaos feeds on reaction. Listen carefully. What's unfolding is not punishment for anyone, it's alignment for you, and your heart needs this right now because alignment feels lonely before it feels freeing. Don't scroll, because freedom is closer than you think. Listen to this. The universe is asking you to trust that this awareness arrived at the perfect moment. Just before a door opens, just before clarity arrives. And your heart needs this right now because what comes next will confirm everything you've sensed without a single word being spoken. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now and this message is for you. And if you're still here, it's because the universe is continuing the conversation it started with your spirit, not to scare you, but to steady you. And listen carefully because what's unfolding now is about power, not fear, clarity, not conflict, and destiny, not drama. Don't scroll, because the jealousy you became aware of has reached a turning point, and this is where wisdom matters more than emotion. Listen to this. The universe is showing you that when someone realizes they can no longer influence your direction, they shift from attachment to opposition, not always openly, but internally, energetically, and your heart needs this right now because internal opposition is subtle but revealing. Don't scroll, because subtlety is where discernment is trained. Listen carefully. You may have felt moments where someone's energy feels tense around your peace, quiet around your joy, or strangely reactive to your calm, and your heart needs this right now because calm exposes inner unrest. Don't scroll, because unrest seeks disruption. Listen to this. The universe is reminding you that not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. And this message is for you because endings don't always come with arguments, sometimes they come with awareness. Don't scroll, because awareness changes how you move. Listen carefully. The jealousy you sensed is tied to timing. Because you are stepping into a season they are not prepared for, and your heart needs this right now because seasons don't wait for permission. Don't scroll, because permission isn't required for alignment. Listen to this. Soulmate energy is aligning closer now, and when true connection approaches, false connections react, and your heart needs this right now because reaction reveals what words hide. Don't scroll, because words can lie but energy cannot. Listen carefully. The universe has been guiding you to slow down your sharing, tighten your circle, and trust fewer voices, and your heart needs this right now because protection increases before expansion. Don't scroll, because expansion without protection drains purpose. Listen to this. Angel numbers have been following you as reassurance. 111 reminding you that intention shapes reality. 444 confirming you are spiritually guarded. 888 signaling balance and reward, and your heart needs this right now because signs appear when your faith is being tested. Don't scroll, because testing precedes confirmation. Listen carefully. Someone is watching how you handle this shift, not to learn from you, but to gauge if they still have access, and your heart needs this right now because access determines influence. Don't scroll, because influence fades when boundaries rise. Listen to this. The universe is not asking you to cut people off dramatically, but to move differently. Respond slower, observe longer, and trust your inner signals, and your heart needs this right now because subtle change is powerful. Don't scroll, because power doesn't announce itself. Listen carefully. Jealousy cannot survive in environments where confidence is quiet and self-assured, and your heart needs this right now because quiet confidence disarms manipulation. Don't scroll, because manipulation thrives on emotional reaction. Listen to this. The person feeling threatened is struggling internally with comparison, measuring their progress against yours, and your heart needs this right now because comparison is a sign of inner dissatisfaction. Don't scroll, because dissatisfaction looks for blame. Listen carefully. The universe is asking you to remain neutral, grounded, and observant, because neutrality keeps you protected while truth reveals itself, and your heart needs this right now because truth always surfaces. Don't scroll, because surface tension breaks eventually. Listen to this. You may notice conversations becoming shorter, support feeling conditional, or enthusiasm feeling forced, and your heart needs this right now because those are signs of energetic separation. Don't scroll, because separation prepares alignment. Listen carefully. You are being repositioned into a space where your energy is valued, not envied, and your heart needs this right now because envy cannot enter spaces built on authenticity. Don't scroll, because authenticity filters connections naturally. Listen to this. The universe is also strengthening your intuition so you can feel what isn't said, notice what isn't shown, and move accordingly. And your heart needs this right now because intuition is your compass. Don't scroll, because compasses guide through fog. Listen carefully. Fog doesn't mean danger, it means transition, and your heart needs this right now because transition feels uncertain before it feels right. Don't scroll, because what's ahead will make this discomfort make sense. Listen to this. The jealousy you sensed was never meant to distract you, it was meant to alert you, and your heart needs this right now because alerts prevent interference. Don't scroll, because interference can only happen when awareness is absent. Listen carefully. The universe is aligning you with people who celebrate your growth, not compete with it, and your heart needs this right now because celebration feels safe. Don't scroll, because safety allows expansion. Listen to this. Remain steady, remain observant, remain kind, but firm, because your calm is your shield, and your heart needs this right now because shields don't fight, they protect. Don't scroll, because protection is already active, and what comes next will show you exactly why this message arrived when it did. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now and this message is for you. And if you are still here, it is because the universe is walking you deeper into awareness, not to overwhelm you, but to anchor you. And listen carefully, because what is unfolding now is about protection through understanding. Don't scroll, because the jealousy you sensed earlier is now transforming into distance, and distance is not loss. It is alignment correcting itself, and your heart needs this right now because not every separation is negative, some are sacred. Listen to this. The universe is teaching you that when someone cannot rise with you, they instinctively create space, not because you pushed them away, but because your frequency no longer matches their comfort, and your heart needs this right now because mismatch creates discomfort. Don't scroll, because discomfort forces honesty. Listen carefully. You may feel moments of sadness or confusion, wondering why someone changed toward you, why the warmth faded, why the support feels different, and your heart needs this right now because grief can exist even when growth is correct. Don't scroll, because growth still asks you to release familiarity. Listen to this. The universe wants you to understand that jealousy was never about hatred, it was about fear. Fear of being left behind, fear of being replaced, fear of becoming irrelevant in your life. And your heart needs this right now because fear reveals attachment. Don't scroll, because attachment without alignment turns heavy. Listen carefully. The person who felt threatened by your growth is now retreating inward, questioning themselves, comparing timelines, replaying moments where they felt secure in your presence, and your heart needs this right now because insecurity grows when certainty disappears. Don't scroll, because certainty is power. Listen to this. Your certainty about yourself has shifted, even subtly, and that shift altered everything, and your heart needs this right now because internal change always precedes external change. Don't scroll, because the universe rearranges around inner truth. Listen carefully. Soulmate energy is continuing to align closer, and when true resonance approaches, false resonance weakens, and your heart needs this right now because weakening connections can feel uncomfortable but necessary. Don't scroll, because necessary does not mean harmful. Listen to this. You are being guided to conserve your energy, to choose peace over explanation, and clarity over justification, and your heart needs this right now because explanation drains power. Don't scroll, because power is needed for what's next. Listen carefully. Angel numbers are appearing again as reassurance. 555 signaling change that cannot be reversed. 222 reminding you to trust divine timing. 999 confirming cycles are closing, and your heart needs this right now because closure brings release. Don't scroll, because release creates room. Listen to this. The universe is not punishing anyone, it is realigning roles, removing misplaced expectations, and restoring balance, and your heart needs this right now because balance feels unfamiliar before it feels peaceful. Don't scroll, because peace requires adjustment. Listen carefully. You may notice that you no longer feel the need to impress, prove, or perform. And your heart needs this right now because authenticity stabilizes your energy. Don't scroll, because stable energy cannot be shaken by jealousy. Listen to this. The distance forming now is intentional, not to isolate you, but to prepare you for connections that meet you where you are becoming, not where you were. And your heart needs this right now because becoming requires space. Don't scroll, because space is not emptiness. Listen carefully. The universe is also testing your trust in yourself, asking you to honor what you feel even when it contradicts logic or old loyalties, and your heart needs this right now because intuition grows stronger when honored. Don't scroll, because intuition protects destiny. Listen to this. Someone's jealousy no longer has access to you because your awareness closed the door gently but firmly, and your heart needs this right now because doors don't need slamming to be effective. Don't scroll, because effectiveness is quiet. Listen carefully. The universe is reminding you that not everyone who feels threatened is meant to be confronted. Some are meant to be outgrown, and your heart needs this right now because outgrowing is evolution. Don't scroll, because evolution doesn't wait. Listen to this. You may feel lighter in moments now, even with the distance, and your heart needs this right now because lightness is confirmation. Don't scroll, because confirmation arrives through peace. Listen carefully. The next phase of your life requires clarity, emotional maturity, and self-trust. And the jealousy you encountered was a test of how you handle awareness, and your heart needs this right now because you passed by choosing observation over reaction. Don't scroll, because reaction would have anchored you to the past. Listen to this. The universe is opening doors that require discernment, not defense, and your heart needs this right now because discernment keeps you moving forward. Don't scroll, because forward is the only direction alignment allows. Listen carefully. What you are stepping into will make this separation make sense. And you will soon realize that what left was never meant to follow you into your next chapter. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now and this message is for you, and the reason the universe keeps guiding you deeper is because you are approaching a threshold moment where understanding becomes power, not confusion, and if you feel a calm seriousness settling over you, that is clarity arriving, not fear. Don't scroll, because this chapter is about stabilization. Listen carefully. The jealousy that once felt loud energetically is now losing its grip, because jealousy cannot survive where awareness has taken root, and your heart needs this right now because awareness dissolves hidden influence. Don't scroll, because influence only works in the dark. Listen to this. The universe has been quietly fortifying you, strengthening your intuition, grounding your emotions, and anchoring your sense of self so deeply that outside energy can no longer sway you. And your heart needs this right now because stability is spiritual armor. Don't scroll, because armor doesn't mean hardness. Listen carefully. You are becoming softer in wisdom but firmer in boundaries, and that combination confuses people who relied on your emotional availability, and your heart needs this right now because confusion reveals dependency. Don't scroll, because dependency weakens when autonomy rises. Listen to this. Someone who once felt entitled to your attention is now realizing they no longer hold that position, and your heart needs this right now because entitlement fades. When self-worth is reclaimed, don't scroll, because reclaimed self-worth shifts power silently. Listen carefully. The universe is reminding you that you don't owe consistency to people who benefited from your uncertainty, and your heart needs this right now because certainty belongs to you now. Don't scroll, because certainty attracts aligned opportunities. Listen to this. Soulmate energy is moving closer with precision, not urgency. And when something real approaches, distractions naturally fall away. And your heart needs this right now because removal is preparation. Don't scroll, because preparation prevents chaos. Listen carefully. You may notice your reactions have slowed, your patience has deepened, and your tolerance for misalignment has diminished. And your heart needs this right now because those are signs of emotional maturity. Don't scroll, because maturity reshapes relationships. Listen to this. The jealousy you once sensed is now being replaced by resignation on their end, a quiet realization that they cannot compete with your alignment, and your heart needs this right now because alignment isn't something you fight for, it's something you become. Don't scroll, because becoming is irreversible. Listen carefully. Angel numbers continue to appear as confirmation. 111 when you affirm your worth. 444 when you protect your peace. 888 when abundance begins circulating again, and your heart needs this right now because confirmation strengthens trust. Don't scroll, because trust anchors manifestation. Listen to this. The universe is also asking you to remain compassionate without reopening doors that no longer serve you. And your heart needs this right now because compassion does not require access. Don't scroll, because access must be earned energetically. Listen carefully. You are learning the difference between empathy and self-sacrifice. And your heart needs this right now because sacrifice is no longer your assignment. Don't scroll, because your assignment has changed. Listen to this. The next season of your life requires clarity, calm confidence, and discernment, not explanation or defense, and your heart needs this right now because defense drains momentum. Don't scroll, because momentum is building. Listen carefully. The universe has positioned you to observe outcomes without interference, allowing truth to reveal itself naturally. And your heart needs this right now because natural revelation brings peace. Don't scroll, because peace confirms alignment. Listen to this. The jealousy you once noticed served its purpose. It alerted you to protect your energy before expansion arrived, and your heart needs this right now because protection always precedes reward. Don't scroll, because reward is closer than it appears. Listen carefully. You may feel lighter now, more grounded, less emotionally reactive. And your heart needs this right now because lightness is confirmation that you released what wasn't yours to carry. Don't scroll, because release creates capacity. Listen to this. Capacity is being filled with clarity, stability, and readiness for what's next, and your heart needs this right now because readiness attracts opportunity. Don't scroll, because opportunity recognizes preparedness. Listen carefully. The universe is aligning you with people who respect your boundaries, celebrate your growth, and meet you with sincerity. And your heart needs this right now because resonance feels effortless. Don't scroll, because effortlessness is divine flow. Listen to this. Remain steady, remain observant, remain self-honoring, because the path ahead requires exactly who you have become. And your heart needs this right now because what's coming next will reward your restraint, your awareness, and your trust in yourself more than you can imagine. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and this message is for you. And if you've stayed all the way to this moment, it's because the universe has been carefully walking you through a full cycle of awareness, protection, and elevation. And now you're standing at the point where everything finally clicks. Don't scroll, because this is the integration. The moment where understanding settles into your bones and becomes calm certainty instead of emotional tension. Listen carefully. The jealousy that once felt heavy, confusing, or unsettling has now served its purpose. It woke you up, sharpened your discernment, and pushed you to reclaim your power without anger or fear. And your heart needs this right now because wisdom always arrives after experience. Don't scroll, because what you've learned wasn't just about someone else, it was about you. Listen to this. You learned that your energy is valuable, that access to you matters, and that not everyone deserves the same version of you as you evolve. And your heart needs this right now because self-respect is the foundation of destiny. Don't scroll, because destiny doesn't negotiate with self-doubt. Listen carefully. The universe has watched how you handled awareness, how you chose silence over reaction, grace over confrontation, and alignment over attachment. And your heart needs this right now because those choices rewired your future. Don't scroll, because rewiring is irreversible. Listen to this. The person who once felt threatened by your growth is no longer central to your story, not because you rejected them, but because you outgrew the dynamic entirely. And your heart needs this right now because outgrowing is not abandonment, it is evolution. Don't scroll, because evolution creates new environments. Listen carefully. You may notice your days feel calmer now, your thoughts clearer, your emotional responses steadier, and your heart needs this right now because peace is confirmation. Don't scroll, because confirmation doesn't always come as fireworks, sometimes it comes as quiet relief. Listen to this. Soulmate energy is now much closer, but not chaotic or rushed. It feels grounded, steady, and emotionally safe, and your heart needs this right now because real connection feels calm, not confusing. Don't scroll, because confusion was never love. Listen carefully. The universe removed jealousy from your inner circle to make room for mutual respect, emotional maturity, and genuine support. And your heart needs this right now because what's coming next requires clean energy. Don't scroll, because clean energy attracts clear outcomes. Listen to this. Angel numbers may still appear, but now they feel affirming instead of urgent. 222 reminding you that balance has been restored. 444 confirming your protection remains active. 888 signaling that rewards follow restraint. And your heart needs this right now because reassurance strengthens trust. Don't scroll, because trust keeps you aligned. Listen carefully. You no longer feel the need to explain your growth to anyone, and your heart needs this right now because explanation belongs to the past. Don't scroll, because the future requires presence. listen to this. The universe is proud of how you handled what you sensed without spiraling, accusing, or shrinking, and your heart needs this right now because emotional mastery is rare. Don't scroll, because mastery opens doors others can't access. Listen carefully. You are stepping into a phase where your peace becomes your signature, your discernment becomes your guide, and your confidence becomes quiet but undeniable, and your heart needs this right now because quiet confidence is magnetic. Don't scroll, because magnetism attracts what matches it. Listen to this. You may notice people responding to you differently now, with more respect, more caution, or more curiosity. And your heart needs this right now because your energy has shifted. Don't scroll, because shifts are felt before they're understood. Listen carefully. The universe is reminding you that what tried to unsettle you ended up strengthening you, and your heart needs this right now because resilience becomes wisdom when integrated. Don't scroll, because wisdom changes how you love, lead, and choose. Listen to this. You are no longer available for emotional games, hidden competition, or subtle manipulation, and your heart needs this right now because clarity removes tolerance for misalignment. Don't scroll, because misalignment cannot follow you forward. Listen carefully. The next chapter of your life is built on intention, emotional safety, and mutual growth. And your heart needs this right now because this chapter reflects who you are now, not who you were. Don't scroll, because the past has done its job. Listen to this. Remain grounded, remain observant, remain open but selective, because everything you've learned is now part of your foundation. And your heart needs this right now because foundations determine what can be built. Don't scroll, because what's coming will require exactly this level of awareness, strength, and calm, and when you look back, you'll realize this entire experience was not a disruption, it was preparation, and it led you exactly where you were meant to be.